Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B recap for Tuesday, February 18 reveals that Hope Logan, Annika Noel, trashed Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, and shut down Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, also made an offer to her ex. So here's how Tuesday's B&B episode played out. At Forrester Creations, Hope backed away from the door and waited until Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, finished hugging Ridge before she entered the office. Of course, Hope's arrival led to another round of conflict with Ridge, who still blamed her for getting inside Carter's head and convincing him to steal the company away from the Forresters. Carter fired back that he wasn't brainwashed, but Ridge clearly held Hope responsible anyway. Hope pointed out that Ridge and Eric Forrester, John the cook, could come back to Forrester Creations, but she warned that the current power structure wouldn't be changing. Ridge took that to mean he would answer to Hope and obviously wasn't on board with that. Hope ranted about the previous workplace toxicity, which led to her pointing out that Ridge called her a bitch and Steffy called her a slut when everyone knew Steffy's own past. Although Hope bragged about the jewelry line launch, Ridge didn't think she had anything to do with its success. Hope ranted about the Logan disrespect and ultimately pointed out that Forrester Creations was now being run fairly by a man who was kind and capable. After Hope declared that this was the future of Forrester and warned that no one, not even Ridge, could stop it, he prepared to leave. On his way out, Ridge suggested Carter didn't wear the crown at all and implied that Hope was running the show instead. Once Hope was alone with Carter, she insisted they couldn't let the Forresters ruin what they have. Hope kissed Carter and pulled him into an embrace, but he looked upset over her shoulder. In the design office, Brooke talked to Katie Logan, Heather Tom, about all the complicated feelings everyone was having about the jewelry line launch, except for Hope, and maybe Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, since he was so excited for Electra Forrester, Lania Grace. Although Carter set this takeover in motion, Brooke admitted he had help from Hope. Despite the fact that Hope had good intentions in Brooke's eyes, her daughter had contributed to some serious problems. While Brooke maintained that Ridge didn't deserve to have the company ripped away from him, Steffy slammed Brooke during a discussion at the Forrester mansion. Despite Sandy Forrester Dominguez's, Dylan Demet's, belief that the takeover had really taken a toll on Brooke, Steffy acted like Brooke was just upset over losing Ridge and was still a traitor. Daphne Rose, Muriel Rose, acknowledged that it'd be a good thing if Brooke could sway Carter's feelings about the coup, but Steffy clearly didn't have high hopes for that happening. Taylor eventually pointed out that Ridge was paying a visit to Forrester Creations, so she made a prediction about Ridge maybe getting through to Carter. After Brooke spotted Ridge in the corridor at FC, she pulled him into the design office and offered to step down from the CEO role if he'd come back. Brooke reminded Ridge that she was still his Logan, and once again begged Ridge to come home. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Ridge won't grant Brooke's wish anytime soon, so stay tuned for updates on their shattered bond and any other bad news that's brewing. The drama reached new heights in the latest episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, as Hope Logan unleashed her fury on Steffy Forrester and shut down Ridge Forrester in a fiery confrontation. With emotions running high and tensions boiling over, the Logan Forrester Spencer saga took another unexpected turn, leaving relationships shattered and loyalties tested. The episode kicked off with Hope storming into Forrester Creations, her eyes blazing with fury as she sought out Steffy. The tension between the two had been simmering for weeks, but today, Hope had had enough. She wasted no time in laying into Steffy, accusing her of manipulation and deceit. "You just couldn't help yourself, could you?" Hope spat, her voice thick with emotion. "You always have to interfere, always have to take what isn't yours." Steffy, caught off guard, but unwilling to back down, squared her shoulders. "You have no idea what you're talking about, Hope. You always paint yourself as the victim, but maybe it's time you looked in the mirror." Hope's anger only intensified. She pointed a trembling finger at Steffy, her voice breaking slightly. "You kissed Liam. You knew exactly what you were doing, and you did it anyway. How many times do we have to go through this before you realize that you're only hurting everyone, including yourself? Steffi's eyes flashed with defiance, but there was a flicker of guilt behind them. It wasn't planned. I was confused, Liam was confused. We were both hurting and… Stop making excuses. Hope cut her off. Every single time something goes wrong in my relationship, there you are, waiting in the wings, ready to pounce. Well, not this time. I am done playing these games with you, Steffi. You might have been able to fool Liam for a moment, but you will never fool me. Steffi clenched her jaw, her hands balling into fists. I'm not the villain here, Hope. You act like you're so perfect, like you've never made mistakes. But guess what? You're not innocent either. Hope shook her head, the pain evident in her eyes. I never claimed to be perfect. But at least I don't pretend to be something I'm not. You can justify your actions all you want. But deep down, you know exactly what you did. And so does Liam. Steffi's face darkened. But before she could respond, Ridge entered the room, sensing the hostility in the air. Ridge had barely stepped into the room when Hope turned on him, her frustration spilling over. And you. Don't even try to defend her, Ridge. I know you're going to tell me to calm down, to be understanding. But I am tired of always being the one who has to forgive and forget. Ridge sighed, rubbing the bridge of his nose. Hope, I understand that you're upset, but this isn't just black and white. Oh really? Hope shot back. Because to me, it's pretty simple. Your daughter once again sabotaged my relationship, and you expect me to just let it go. I don't think so. Steffi scoffed. Sabotaged? You think I planned this? Liam came to me, Hope. He was hurting. And because of a lie. Hope snapped. A lie that Thomas planted, and you ran with it. Ridge took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. Hope, I know you're hurting, but you can't keep blaming Steffi for everything that goes wrong. Hope let out a bitter laugh. Wow, you really are blind when it comes to her, aren't you? She could burn this entire company to the ground, and you'd still find a way to defend her. Ridge's expression hardened. That's not fair. Steffi has made mistakes, but so have all of us. Hope shook her head, her disappointment evident. I should have known you'd take her side. You always do. But I'm done playing nice, Ridge. Steffi crossed a line, and this time, I won't just sit back and let it happen. Meanwhile, across town, Brooke Logan was having her own battle with Thomas Forrester. Ever since his manipulations had come to light, Brooke had been determined to keep him away from Hope, and she wasn't about to back down now. You may have fooled Ridge, but you will never fool me, Brooke told Thomas, her voice icy. I see exactly what you are, and I won't let you destroy my daughter's life. Thomas smirked, leaning casually against the desk. Brooke, you've never given me a chance. You've always seen me as the villain, and nothing I do will ever change that. Brooke's eyes narrowed. Because you are the villain, Thomas. And I promise you this, I will do whatever it takes to keep you away from Hope and Douglas. Thomas's smirk faded slightly, but he quickly masked it with feigned amusement. You think you can control everything, but you can't. Hope will see the truth in time. And when she does, she'll realize that I've always been there for her, unlike Liam. Brooke's hands clenched at her sides, but before she could respond, Ridge entered the room, looking exasperated. Enough. We have enough fighting going on without adding more fuel to the fire. Brooke turned to Ridge, frustration etched across her face. Are you seriously still defending him? After everything he's done? Ridge sighed heavily. I'm not excusing anything. I just want to stop all this anger before it tears us all apart. Brooke shook her head. It's too late for that, Ridge. The damage has already been done. As the chaos unfolded at Forrester Creations, Liam Spencer was left grappling with the consequences of his actions. Sitting alone at the cabin, he replayed the night with Steffi over and over again, the weight of his guilt pressing down on him like a boulder. He had hurt Hope, again, and this time, he wasn't sure if she would ever forgive him. A knock on the door pulled him from his thoughts. He opened it to find Wyatt standing there, concern written all over his face. Man, you look like hell, Wyatt remarked, stepping inside. Tell me you didn't screw things up with Hope again. Liam let out a humorless chuckle. I did. Big time. Wyatt sighed. Let me guess, Steffy. Liam nodded, running a hand through his hair. I don't even know how it happened. One minute, I was furious about Hope and Thomas, and the next, I was in Steffy's arms. Wyatt winced. Yeah, that's not great. So what now? Liam exhaled deeply. I don't know. Hope's hurt and angry, and honestly, I don't blame her. I just don't know if I can fix this. Wyatt placed a reassuring hand on his brother's shoulder. You have to try, man. Hope loves you. But if you keep making the same mistakes, one day she's going to wake up and realize she deserves better. Liam swallowed hard, knowing Wyatt was right. The question was, had he already lost her for good? As the episode ended, Hope stood alone outside Forrester Creations, staring out at the city skyline, her mind racing. She had finally said her piece to Steffy and Ridge, but the pain in her heart remained. Could she ever truly move past this? Or was this the end of everything she had fought so hard for? One thing was certain, nothing would ever be the same again. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.